Thomas Praytor started off the season with a part-time plan that turned into a full-time adventure. In his first full season on tour, the Moose found himself flirting with the top 10 in points early on, enticing his father Tommy and team owner Wayne Hickson to stay the course. Praytor responded with a career-best finish of 9th on a high bank bull ring in Winchester, Indiana, and a pair of 10th place finishes at Elko Speedway, one of the smallest tracks on tour, and 10th at Michigan International, one of the biggest. It can be no easy thing to race on ARCA's wide variety of tracks for the first time, but this Southern gentleman handled it with admirable skill. In high school, he snapped footballs to two-time Alabama national champion quarterback A.J. McCarron. In racing, they're handing the ball off to him. 1st and 10 from here.
Ladies and gentlemen, finishing 9th from Mobile, Alabama in the 2013 championship. Welcome Thomas the Moose Praytor and his longtime car owner, the ARCA veteran Wayne Hickson.
I'd like to thank ARCA for the series that we get to run in, and I enjoy doing it. Congratulations to Frank and Justin, and I'd like to thank everybody that come here to enjoy the banquet, because it's a good thing that everybody seems to love, and I love it too. And I'd like to thank my wife for letting me do this, which I really love to do. Thank you.
I'd like to follow up with a sportsmanship award. That was just a huge deal for me. I can't say enough about everyone's support in this room and everything. As you can tell, I was very speechless for getting that award, but on to finishing 9th in the championship. I want to congratulate Frank for his 10th championship, and I'd like to thank my sponsors, the whole Realtor family. Without them, you know, they have a lot of support this year for us. I'd like to thank G-Force Racing Gear. They've been a sponsor of mine since I was about 15 years old. And all the people in Mobile, really, for all their support. You know, without them, and you know, it wouldn't be possible without them. And another thing I'd like to call, I want to thank to, is our $1-800 crew chief. You know, I had my dad, Tommy Praytor. He was my crew chief this year, so I had to pick up the phone and call a lot of crew chiefs this year, because we all know how that goes. But I want to thank Howard Bixman and the Venerinis, Wintron, everybody in this room, really, for all their support and help this year. Without y'all, I couldn't do it. You know, it was just a big season for us to run the whole year. I'd like to thank the ARCA officials, and I also want to apologize to Mr. Bill and Mr. Stewart for all the grief that they got this year up in the spotter stand from my dad. I know it was, and I was on the other end of that radio conversation. I know it was pretty bad. To my volunteer crew this year, I can't say enough for them. You know, without them coming every week, driving God knows how many miles to come to the racetrack, you know, without them it wouldn't have been possible. I'd like to thank Wayne and Pam Hickson. You know, they really believe in me, and I really appreciate that. Everything that they've done for me and my family, my mom, dad, my sister, everybody. Thank you very much. I couldn't do it without y'all and y'all's support. And in conclusion, living in Salty Daisy for 3 months, I picked up a lot of new terms. And one of Mr. Wayne's favorite terms he liked to say is yuns. It's kind of a substitute word for y'all, I guess, in the South. So I like to say, yuns, have a great night, and we'll see you in Daytona.